There's 99 lifted.
They fly in some of the UK's most dramatic landscapes.
OK, the weather's starting to close in. I'm worried I can't get over the ridge. My escape option at the moment is to go up.
From high-rise city centres...
It's going to be bumpy, it's going to be turbulent, guys.
...to remote peaks battered by extreme weather.
The top looks to be in cloud. Can you confirm that's the case, over?
The crews of Yorkshire's 2 air ambulances risk their lives...
Gone unresponsive.
It's just gone unresponsive on us.
...to save yours.
There's potentially fatalities involved.
That car's a right mess.
Delivering intensive care by air.
Seen as not safe.
There's a lot of blood there. There's a lot of blood there.
No matter how critical the case.
This is the first time anything like this has ever happened.
We're circling a house fire.
However risky the place.
I'm going to get down there quickly.
He's got an almost complete amputation at the right knee.
You're having a heart attack, okay? The heart is blocked.
Let's get loaded and go.
Going to extraordinary lengths.
Hey, this from Medic 2 at the patient's side, however.
With humour.
You might get rest at week off if you're lucky.
What is it, Thursday?
Yeah.
And compassion.
OK, chick, we're just going to get you out, all right? Don't worry, we'll look after you, I promise.
This time on Helicopter ER.
Oh, definitely, there's a lot of blood there. There's a lot of blood there.
He's just shot in the front of the back as well.
The team fight to save the life of a man who's been shot in broad daylight.
He's got multiple pellet-type injuries.
Station the motorbike, been hit by this pickup.
A motorcyclist is in danger of losing his leg after being hit by a pickup truck.
Where's your pain at the minute, mate?
Right leg very sore.
And in the Dales, the crew are up against the clock after an elderly woman suffers a stroke.
Can I hold your hands? Is that all right? Can you hold me with that one?
At the Yorkshire Air Ambulance headquarters, the scramble siren is sounding. It's a Saturday afternoon, and paramedics Al, Mikey and Dr. Brian are racing to reports of a shooting.
Got a bad feeling about this one. I think it's going to be a shotgun. Drug-related gang. Engine bursted flights. Doors and harnesses. Loads unsecure. Let's get back. But we've actually got some over the top of the hangar. Yeah.
Yorshire's gun crime has doubled in a decade. This shooting happened just a few minutes ago in South Yorkshire. Details are still sketchy.
You don't really know what you're going to find until you actually arrive on scene and see for yourself. You get some flight time to the scene. So in your head you're making plans, you know, you're planning for the worst, but hopefully it's not going to be the worst.
We've had reports of someone being shot. So the things that are going through our head is, first of all, what are they being shot with? Could be anything from a crossbow, a catapult, a shotgun, or a handgun, or a high-powered rifle, all of which have different injury patterns. Shootings are usually pretty rare, but if they do happen, it's normally with shotguns because they're quite easily obtainable and purchased on the streets quite easily.
Pilot Jeff is flying his medical team to the scene at 160 miles per hour. Journey time is 3.5 minutes.
You see the church with the, like 3 big black windows in it? That's where all the trees are at.
But there's a warning from the ground. A gunman is on the run, and their safety is at risk.
NS9 now, we're overhead to park.
Roger, that's received. Police are not on scene at this moment in time. Scene is not safe.
500 feet below the circling helicopter, the injured man is lying alone and untreated. But the crew can't land until police contain the scene and give them the all clear.
There are coppers down here, though. Oh, yeah, scene 3 o'clock armed response by looks of it. There's DCA at 9 o'clock as well. Watch where this copper goes. It looks like it's got a first aid bag out, doesn't it? There's something going on there. He looks kind of worried. Looks like somebody's got blood or red on him. We'll go on there, mate, shall we?
They decide to take a calculated risk. Gunshot wounds can bleed heavily, so every minute counts.
NS police are on scene, tending to a casualty. We're landing now.
NS, that's all received, thank you.
At last, the team can land close to the injured man.
Oh, definitely, there's a lot of blood there. There's a lot of blood there. Right, bring blood out.
We could see evidence of a patient on the ground who was very distressed. There was obviously quite a lot of blood around the scene, which made us concerned that this patient was losing blood very, very quickly. potentially a catastrophic hemorrhage, and that could kill you within minutes.
Flash dressings, everything's in my bag for hemorrhage.
Stuff in here as well.
Tell us when.
Yeah, go.
Lying on the grass is a man who's been blasted with a shotgun. Armed police have evacuated and sealed off the area. It looks like a targeted attack, carried out just yards from other members of the public.
Hey, you just shot in the front of the back as well.
I don't think so. Oh, wow.
Oxygen's coming on your face.
All right.
Right, good lad, well done, lift your head up.
Oh,
mate.
What will oxygen for, Paul?
Yeah, because you've been shot.
I didn't take it off, Paul. You didn't put it on, mate. Like, sorry, sorry.
All right, listen. This is going to help you feel better. Relax.
Get off. Don't be like, listen.
I want to make sure you haven't been shot.
The patient was obviously very, very distressed. He'd been peppered across his face and his chest with lots of small shot from a shotgun, obviously.
I'm going to pop a little drip into your arm, okay?
What?
I'm going to pop a little drip into your arm.
Deep breath. All right, good, well done. And again, mate.
My main concern with shotgun wounds are damage to major organs, bleeding, damage to the chest, problems with the lungs, damage to major structures around the face, such as eyes and neck, and major blood vessels there.
Good.
Can DCA get us here?
DCA can get to there.
Yeah.
It's got air entry. We're off to Leeds.
We're not flying.
Yeah, it's got air entry, Brian.
This is going to hurt a bit. There we go.
Wow. Wow.
Mikey, we're going to have a little bit of ketamine here, I think.
Roger.
Dr. Bryan is giving him the strongest pain-killing drug the team carries. It will also calm him down.
10, 20.
No, we're giving you some
30.
Relax, you're fine. You're doing really well, buddy.
So this guy looks like he's been shot with a shotgun. He's got multiple small pellet-type injuries across the top of his chest and his neck. Some of those have clearly entered his body, so we'll be getting him onto an ambulance, I think, and off to hospital as soon as they arrive.
Mikey, his neck's really big, isn't it?
Oh.
I can feel it. That's all blood there. So we're going to go... No, the LGI.
Yeah.
Is there any chance of getting a police escort to go there?
Yeah. We can sort that.
As soon as the DCA comes up, we're going to drive quickly to the LGI.
Sound.
Okay?
Super.
All right, you're doing really well.
The gunman is loose, and there's a real danger he may return. The team are working as fast as they can in a high-risk situation.
I'm here.
It's more of a controlled adrenaline rise. Your senses become heightened, you become tuned into what needs to be done, you become really alert and switched on because you need to be on top of your game.
The man is too unstable to fly, so the team must go by road ambulance.
There's police here.
Are we getting knocked out?
No, we're not getting knocked out.
Gunshots can cause complex internal injuries, and the man is bleeding heavily. Paramedic Al is drawing up a drug called TXA, or tranexamic acid. It will help stem any internal hemorrhaging.
You're doing all right, mate.
TXA, Brian.
Thanks.
You lift that arm up, mate, get that.
Just need to dry that with something. Hey, just stay still. You're doing really well. And it's going to be sore. And we would do a thoracotomy.
If the bleeding continues, Dr. Bryan may have to make an incision in the chest wall to drain blood which is crushing the man's heart and lungs.
So we need to have a look at his back and his groin, to be honest with you.
Yo, boys, yeah.
Yeah?
My balls are.
It's not your balls. I want to make sure you haven't been shot down there. You haven't been shot there, that's fine. If I roll him, someone have a look at his back for me.
Yeah, no.
Don't spit or move. Ready, stay, move. Anything?
No.
Great, back down.
I feel like I'm trying to help you. I can't.
Yeah, don't worry.
There's no time to lose. The race is on to leave scene and get the injured man to hospital. The man is in a critical condition, so Dr. Bryan and Mikey will travel with him and continue emergency care on the road.
With this guy being shot all over the chest, sometimes we do have to do some more surgical interventions, and so therefore it's easier and better to go by road for access to a patient.
These kind of injuries can be quite devastating from a short-range shotgun blast. Probably the biggest worry is a wound to the heart. Surrounded by a tough bag called a pericardium, and if the heart's damaged and it bleeds into the bag, then that blood in the bag stops the heart from expanding properly, so you get less and less expansion, the more blood that ends up in the bag. And the only way to deal with that is to open the chest up and open the bag and get the clot out. Just a matter of getting him in the ambulance ASAP.
The patient is 30 minutes away from a waiting trauma team at the Leeds General Infirmary. His injuries could still prove fatal. Back at the scene, a police hunt for a man with a gun who's prepared to use it in broad daylight is already underway. It's a busy Friday afternoon on Yorkshire's roads, and at the side of a dual carriageway near York, paramedics are fighting to save the life of a biker.
Hi, it's Lisa on the air desk. I've had a message to shout you up.
His injuries are so serious, the paramedics are calling for backup from the air ambulance team.
Got broken potential kisses and left femur and a lot of agony if we try and move the station.
Dispatcher Lisa is scrambling the team from Nostell.
He's in agony and there's no crews anywhere. Yeah.
On board Helimed 99, paramedic Pete and Dr. Paul are 8 minutes from the outskirts of York.
We're going to an approximately, we think about a 50-year-old male that's come off a motorcycle. Sounds like he's been potentially hit at quite high speed. The request comes from one of the road critical care paramedics. I think we're struggling with analgesia with painkiller at the moment. It sounds like he's got a really nasty leg fracture, potentially his femur, his thigh bone that's fractured, and also they talk of an open fracture, so the bone's sticking out through the leg.
Traffic's still, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got stopped traffic. It's
is that down here?
That bridge by the services.
You down here?
Yeah.
So scene's coming up in the 2 o'clock, guys?
Edison 99, visual scene.
Police have closed the road and huge tailbacks are building. Pilot Elaine will land directly on the dual carriageway.
Any wires on your side?
You've got wires crossing the road.
You've got flagpoles out to 3 and 4 o'clock now.
Visual.
Good left.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, plenty of room right.
Yeah.
You go further right if you need to.
Awesome, this way.
Let's go.
The firefighters are already on scene.
Hi mate, how you doing? You alright? What's happened?
Stationary motorbike been hit by this pickup and it sent him quite far down the road.
How's you ended up in here then? You just carried on from there and...
To me, that's quite a lot of speed.
Not half, yeah.
56-year-old Andrew Simister is in agony and being treated by a specialist team of critical care paramedics. He'd stopped at a lay-by when he was hit by the truck and thrown 50 feet down the carriageway.
This chap motorcycle versus van, and travelling around 60, 70 miles an hour, got wiped out. Initially face down when we got here, fire service keeping good C-spine control. Injuries found that we've seen, he's got an open tib fib fracture on the right side. He's got a femur fracture. He's also got some pain and palpation on the pelvis, but I've not looked at it properly, to be honest.
It looks a little bit spread, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Treatment-wise, we've given him TXA, we've given him 4 milligrams of ketamine and currently 5 milligrams of morphine so far.
Sweet.
The only outstanding issue really that I haven't done is put the pelvic binder on because he's got so many leathers that if we scoop him at the same time as putting the pelvic binder on...
You need some more bodies, don't you?
Andrew? Hi mate, I'm Paul, one of the doctors. Where's your pain at the minute, mate?
Right leg very sore.
So if we give you a bit more painkiller, and then we'll put a little splint on your leg to keep it still, and then we'll get you on a bit of a scoop, something to pick you up in, like a little stretcher, and then we'll give you a little flight to Leeds. Is that okay? In the helicopter?
Andrew's right leg is mangled and bleeding profusely. He's been lying here in pain for over an hour.
Give me some more care.
Yep.
And then what we need to do is try and out. I have to get this lot off him and then binder on. He's got a scuff mark on that tank. I think he's...
Speaking to some witnesses, still early days yet, but initially the tale we've been told is the motorcyclist was stationary in the lay-by and the cyclist was getting off the bike. So if that's the case, there's some questions to be answered somewhere along the line by the driver. Initially we got told it was a fatal RTC. Fortunately it's not, but it looks like he's got a really nasty leg injury.
Is it back inside?
Yeah.
And has he got a pulse or not?
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yes?
We're just getting our little splint to pop around your leg, okay? And I'm going to give you some more painkiller.
Please.
It'll make you really wuzzy, buddy. I know it's already made you a bit wuzzy, but I'm going to give you a bit more, okay?
There's a danger Andrew could lose his leg. To save it and ensure blood is flowing properly, Dr. Paul will straighten the leg at the roadside using a traction splint.
That's great, thank you.
It will add to his already agonising pain, so they're giving him ketamine.
Andrew? Andrew? You're not going to die, buddy. It's me again. It's Andrew, it's me again, one of the doctors. It's Paul, yeah. So, Andrew, I know this is easy for me to say, stood here, mate, but the more you can just chill out and go with it. I know you can't, mate. I know you can't. But the more you can, the smoother it'll be, buddy. Okay.
Nice, slow, deep breaths, Andrew.
Well done, buddy.
Do that.
Did you say you had any other medical conditions then, Andrew? Say again, buddy. Sleep apnea. And you wear your CPAP mask at night? Yeah.
Andrew's sleep apnea, when breathing stops and starts during sleep, is not good news. It will affect the dosage of painkiller the team can give him.
So guys, I'm going to go relatively light on the ketamine because he's got sleep apnea and he has a CPAP hood at night, so we're not losing the airway basically. So we're going to be lighter on painkiller because it's safer.
Are you all right pulling on that leg as well when we're ready?
Yeah, sure. Andrew, bit more painkiller, okay, buddy?
Just to brief you guys, when we move him, he probably will start screaming the house down. It's a reaction, it's not so much as you can feel it.
We're just going to move your leg, buddy, okay? Take some deep breaths, mate. Yeah, whenever you guys are ready. Go on, mate, up, yeah.
Okay. You can breathe all right, fella.
Yeah, go on, just give it a good pull, guys.
Pete is using traction to pull the broken bones in Andrew's legs straight.
You're nearly done, Andrew. Well done, buddy. No, you're not dead, buddy.
All the way up. Yeah, shift that blanket a minute. Bandage around it for you. Spot on. Lift there. Sorry, buddy. Tight as you can.
Pete has done it.
That's it, and get that as far up as we can. Okay, we're good under there. Oh no, mate, I'm sorry, it's me.
Andrew, we're just going to roll you onto your side, buddy, okay? So essentially, guys, we're going to roll him to almost 90 degrees, okay? Get this all the way under and then roll back down. You're going to be in charge of the roll if you're happy. Everybody got a bit and everybody happy? Go on then, on you.
They're rolling him onto a scoop stretcher.
Hey guys, you're right. It's Andrew. He's 57. Yeah. Looks like an isolated right leg, possibly a femur, open fracture here. We'll go to LGI. Yeah. What are you thinking from here? Like 40 minutes on blues?
Less than that, probably.
Less than 40?
25 maybe. Yeah.
Right, in that case then we'll definitely go back.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, change of tack, guys. We're not going to fly, okay? We're just going to go in the DCA. So 25-30 minutes on blues. It's not high, and by the time we've loaded him, started engines, flown and landed, there's not much time benefit at all, to be honest with you.
Andrew had stopped in the lay-by to adjust his belt when the truck hit him.
Andrew's obviously come off his bike. He's got quite significant sort of injuries down his right-hand side. The prime concern is that he may have fractured his pelvis. It's quite a common injury when people go on certainly big motorbikes and they sort of come off the bike, go forward, and the legs get splayed out over the fuel tank. It's quite a big fuel tank on this bike as well. Possibly he's fractured his femur, and then further down he's got a laceration and sort of deformity to his lower leg. So what we've done is we've straightened everything out. We've made sure that he's got some distal circulation, so he's got blood going all the way down to his foot. We've given him some decent painkillers, some of which are short-acting and very strong, like ketamine, some which are a bit longer-acting but take longer to work, like morphine, so he's going to have plenty of pain relief all the way in hospital. So the crew are going to take him to Leeds, and hopefully he'll be all right.
Andrew is becoming more distressed. The ground ambulance crew will keep him calm during the journey to hospital.
He's stable. I mean, he's going to need surgery, and so yeah, he's taking the Leeds.
I'll let Alan call back.
Yeah.
Cheers for that.
Andrew is heading for the nearest major trauma centre, where surgeons will try their best to save his leg. For Paul and Pete, it's back to base.
There's a note on my page, is it for?
It'll be forward. The pipelines are level.
Helimed 99 is 1,500 feet up and heading back to base when another emergency comes through.
No, this is not a job.
Dispatcher Andy is on the air desk.
He's coming around a bit more now. I think he's realising he's into them. Motorcyclist into a window, opened and fractured.
Pilot Lee is turning the aircraft around. There are 21,000 motorbike accidents every year in the UK, and the team are heading to another one. Paramedics Gav and Steve are racing to Barnsley in South Yorkshire. On board with them, Dr. Paul gets the details as they come in.
Sounds like a motorbike rider that's gone round a corner. lost control. He's gone all the way through a front garden, and we've been told he's gone through a front window, smashed the window and gone through it. The level of consciousness of the patient is still unknown.
Bikers are 62 times more likely to die in accidents than car drivers, and this case sounds like a serious high-speed impact.
The main thing that I was thinking about on the way to this job was, has this gentleman got a significant head injury? Does he have any chest injuries that we need to treat? And also, he may have some significant cuts or wounds with lots of bleeding from them. So they're all the things that we need to think about.
The crash has happened on a housing estate in the village of Bolton-upon-Dearne. They're landing in a nearby field. A passerby has been with the patient.
Is he chatting away, mate? No. Is he talking at all? Mumbling.
Police and local paramedics are on scene.
This 99 at the patient.
Oh, chap's you all right?
What's your story?
Come around the corner.
No, don't go, sorry. Yeah.
Just bounced off it and landed as he is. Had a helmet on, but that's come off.
Okay. Where's the blood coming from there? Wound that side, is that an open? Yeah. Just a wound, okay. What's his name?
Trevor.
Has he spoke to us?
No.
He spoke to me.
Trevor, open your eyes.
Trev, open your eyes.
Trevor, open your eyes. Hello, my name's Steve.
43-year-old biker Trevor Law is barely conscious. His motorbike hit the curb and he was thrown 15 feet into the window. Dr. Paul suspects his ribs shattered in the impact.
The only thing I'd say, just from an observation point of view, is he's got this bit of like
seesawing breathing.
Seesaw and almost a bit of air hunger, you know what I mean? He's really filling that up.
Yep.
And he's just got that, it's just not a normal pattern. But it doesn't necessarily show anything, but I just mean in terms of, is he bleeding, has he got something more going on? It's just not, that's not normal, basically, so. Yeah, I'm going to say, he's got some pathology somewhere, just looking at the way he's breathing, so we need to have a real good look. There was lots of glass all over the place. There was many people around. It was really noisy, and also the patient looked really unwell.
Trevor, stick your tongue out. Stick your tongue out for me.
Somebody that's come off a motorbike at high speed and crashed into a window has significant blunt trauma to them, and that may indicate some huge chest and abdominal injuries.
So his femur feels intact there.
He may have a pelvic injury, and he's got a really nasty injury to that right thigh. The thigh bone underneath it may be broken, but if not, it's a significant wound, so we put what we call a blast dressing around that to try and prevent any further bleeding. He's got really significant right-sided chest injury, so he's got some broken ribs on there, and he's almost certainly got a collapsed lung underneath, so what we call a pneumothorax. His heart rate's quite high, so he's what we call tachycardic, which is a concern. He's got reduced air entry, and his oxygen levels are slightly low. So for the moment, we're going to give him some really strong painkillers, see how he settles down with that.
Is that fentanyl coming?
Coming, mate.
Is that going in now, Gav?
Trevor's sister rushed to his side.
You just keep holding his head, sweetheart. Done a really good job there, thank you. So the only, I think, immediate risk is this side of his chest. We got ready for scoop, guys?
Paramedic Steve wants to get his patient to hospital, fast. He's losing consciousness.
Hey, this from Medic 2. Yeah, quick update. Patient reduced GCS, that's a 92 with possibly pneumothorax on right-hand side. He's got a pelvic binder on and a nasty wound to his right thigh. We're just giving him some fentanyl and TXA now. Plan is to go to Northern by DCA. On your call, Gav.
Everybody ready? Yeah.
Ready?
3, 1, 2, 3.
Leave that clothing.
Trevor crashed on the street where his parents live. It's a corner he's taken many times before on his bike. But today, he lost control, leaving him with critical injuries. Steve and Dr. Paul will travel with him to hospital.
Trevor, stick your tongue out, buddy.
Please, yeah.
Trevor.
We were quite worried about this patient. He was getting more and more drowsy, and my concern was that we might need to administer an anaesthetic, which would be easier to do in the back of an ambulance. I was also concerned that he might have a collapsed lung, and therefore we might need to treat that collapsed lung en route.
Trevor has been given a drug to stem any internal bleeding.
Trevor, squeeze my hand, mate. Trevor, squeeze this hand. Yeah, well done, mate. Let go.
He is 20 minutes from a hospital trauma team. Dr. Paul and Steve will continue his life-saving care on the journey. This crash may change his life forever.
Ask him to raise both arms straight out in front of themselves and hold for a moment.
In some medical emergencies, a few minutes can make the difference between life and death.
She hasn't moved her left arm. She's moved her right arm, but not her left arm.
And the 999 call Andy's listening into could be one of those cases.
Exactly what time did these symptoms start?
About half an hour ago.
I lay having a stroke half an hour ago on set. There's no one allocated to it yet, and it's far out in it.
The patient is located in the Yorkshire Dales. It will take over an hour for a ground ambulance to reach her. Helimed 99 is on the case. Paramedics Pete and Gemma and Dr. Brian will fly there in 18 minutes.
H145 helicopter out of Wakefield, 5 on board. We're inbound to settle. The stroke is a disease of the elderly. Part of the test we do is there's facial expressions with strokes. Well, there's abnormalities there. The next one is when you can raise both arms. The next one is speech. You lose your speech a little bit, and then time is all the essence really, and it's the T word which we can reduce time.
They need to get there as quickly as possible. A stroke victim loses almost 2 million brain cells every minute.
Well, information, Helimed 99 Alpha is landing just north of Settle. We'll give you a call to see.
Is this the village underneath us?
See, there's 3 white vans sat outside an house down there.
Yeah.
It's down here, it's down in that neck of the woods. Is there a call sign there?
I can't see one, no.
It's
Just over the bridge to the north side of the river.
I'd put it down near that bungalow, near that scrub, and the worst comes to worst, we'll just walk into the village.
All right then, okay. I'm going to put us in the field, the flat field just down here inside the church.
Okay, mate. Well, I think basically put us where the...
I think that's just the easiest place to
probably the safest landing side, mate. You've got telegraph wires are sort of running on the edge of the... Well, you got them.
Happy for me to open door?
Yes.
Right.
Their patient was at home when the stroke started.
So this lady is immobile normally in bed.
Going to need a winch to get her out.
We will sort everything out, don't worry. Hello, sir. My name's Gemma. I'm one of the paramedics from the Air Ambulance, and we've got Brian, the doctor, as well. Is this Linda, is that right? Hello, Linda. My name's Gemma. We've come to see you today. Your husband was a little bit worried about how you were feeling.
82-year-old Linda Howarth's behaviour is out of character. Her husband and daughter are very worried.
The carers came as usual.
Yeah.
And she was fine.
Okay.
I gave her a breakfast.
Yeah.
And in the middle of her breakfast, her food was coming out of her mouth.
Okay.
And she obviously wasn't with it.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay. Did she have her eyes open?
Half closed.
Half closed. Okay. But she just wasn't eating as she normally would?
No.
Okay. Linda, can I hold your hands? Is that all right? Can you hold me with that one? That's it. How about this one? Does this one move today?
Can you raise your leg?
Yeah, you got me. So that one would normally move. She would have full use of it. Yeah, she'd use it.
Yeah.
And what about her face? As you look at her, does that look any different? So I think that's drooping down a little bit. Is that what you think as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Linda is showing all the signs of a stroke. Now the team must decide on the best plan for her care.
So we're going to see if there's a normal ambulance, because I think that's a bit more appropriate than a helicopter in this situation. So we'll see how far away they are, and then we'll do some various tests and take it from there. Linda's woken up this morning. Her carers have been a little bit concerned, along with her husband, that she's having a stroke, and she's certainly showing the signs of it. She's got facial droop and she's lost the use of her left side. So that's clear indications that might be what's going on. Yeah, is there any update on a DCA? I think that's going to be more appropriate in this situation of her. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, they're not far. It says they're unseen, but they mustn't be if you can't see them.
Just as I rang you, they've just pulled up. Thank you. We've got Linda inside. She is a 82-year-old lady who normally is hoisted in and out of bed, so has very little mobility anyway. She's woken up this morning and was unable to eat and has got left-sided weakness, left-sided facial droop as well. So she's fast positive as such.
What time did that start?
We got told 40 minutes before we got called, so probably an hour and a bit now. So she's unable to speak, but I don't think she communicates normally anyway. I think she said alone, and that's all. But the droop's new, and the loss of use of the left side is new. I think from our point of view, it's probably more appropriate for you to take her. I think Lancaster would be a secondary transfer. The way things are, we might be waiting for a DCA forever to secondary transfer us anyway.
Linda lives in a small village in Ribblesdale. The nearest hospital is over 20 miles away.
There's specialist stroke units that are dotted around the country, and the nearest one today is Lancaster, so that's certainly something that we could contact them about and tell them that Linda has this sudden onset of symptoms. So we're just deciding which hospital's best for you to go to today, Linda. OK? Because you're obviously a little bit of a distance away from a few of them because you live in a nice part of the world. Is that your husband? Yeah, he's in on the conversation outside. He's helping to decide.
This isn't the first time Linda has had a stroke, but this one looks serious.
There's a back entrance, we can get her out quite easily.
These incidents are quite difficult. It's an elderly lady who's undergoing a lot of care at home currently, and the decision is for her to be admitted to Lancaster Stroke Unit. But the tricky bit is, whenever people have had strokes, they never recover full function afterwards, so it's a difficult time for this family in the future with regards to care after discharge from hospital, if in fact she does get discharged.
Ready, brace, move. Sorry, Linda, we'll get you sat up. And then we'll get you comfy again, because you're just a bit off to the side, aren't you? Just coming up to the bump now. Ready? There we are. Get a bit of fresh air for a minute, Linda.
It's a difficult day for Linda's husband, Harry, who is accompanying her to hospital.
You're all right, Harry. Steady on there.
They've been married for over 60 years, but today, he doesn't know whether she'll be returning home with him.
All right.
In the UK alone, 1.3 million people are living with the devastating effects of a stroke. The quick response from the HeliMed team will have given her a fighting chance of recovery. At RAF Topcliffe, the duty crew have dispatcher Gemma on the line.
Literally, there's nobody coming for him at all, and he's saying he can't move for whatever reason, so I'll do a bit more investigating, but it just looks quite steep.
On a mountain biking trail on the edge of the North York Moors, a rider is lying badly injured.
Riser is down, and my brief is that we'll lift, go over there, have a quick check of the windsock, but I'm expecting there's no wind. We'll go just straight across the airfield there.
Pilot Harry is flying paramedics George and Andy 10 miles to the scene.
We're off to a location that's been identified on the What 3 Words app for a mountain biker. The weather's not great today, so we're going to see what it's like when we get into that location. Hopefully we'll get to him and be able to provide some medical care. So there's a path coming down, you can see it on the right, coming down the hill, and he's on that track somewhere near the bottom. Right, this one here with the logs looks like it's got a gateway to cross.
Is this directly below us?
Yeah.
Because there's some horses in this field.
Yeah, no, next one along.
Oh.
They're landing as close as they can to their patient without scaring the horses.
This is Mick's brother, Johnny. Yes. Is it your brother Mick? It is, yes.
The patient is lying a long way into the woods. This climb is a challenge, even for super fit Andy.
Right.
Mick Walsh was on a ride out with friends. He's just taken early retirement from civil engineering. Now he's badly hurt.
Hello, sir. My name's Andy.
We all came off the ground as we were going up a bump. I toppled over sideways.
Lucy, I'm going to move you.
And it was quite a long drop before I actually hit the ground.
Mick is fortunate that passers-by who stopped to help are trainee paramedics.
You're not being knocked out?
No. My hip hit the ground when I stood up. I've got a shooting pain between my hip and my spine. Really, really sharp pain.
His symptoms are very worrying. They could be a sign of a spinal injury.
Hip to the middle of the back, around here?
Yeah, around there, yeah, but it doesn't feel like it's my spine, it feels in the gap between the two.
So in between there and there?
Further round, up.
Up. And what about this? Can you feel your leg there? Yeah. Does that feel all right, all that leg?
Yeah.
Mick's friends saw him fall.
It's one of those really, really simple accidents that happens. They're never as glamorous as people imagine. Just cycling up this trail, it's quite a steep hill. Going to the right, It's really, really bumpy, and as he's applied some power, the bike's wheelied, and it's wheelied over the top of itself because it's a really steep hill in a low gear, and all that's happened is he's fallen backwards, but because of the steepness of the hill, landed flat on his back. We're only half an hour away from finishing the ride as well.
Andy knows Mick needs careful handling. It was a significant fall.
His breathing's all right.
He wants help from the local mountain rescue team and other cyclists.
Can you do us a favour? Somebody on an electric bike. Can you make your way down to the helicopter? Ask him to give you the gas and air. We're going to give him some gas and air, some morphine, IV, and wait for mountain rescue to arrive to extricate. Hi, mate. You all right? Hi, mate. Andy and George. We could vacuum him, couldn't we? Because he'd be more secure in the vacuum on your stretcher. And then we'll decide how we're going to get him to hospital. We'll see where the DCA gets at.
The gas and air is arriving on 2 wheels.
All right. Can I grab that off you? Maybe if we go down the bottom. Yeah.
Mick is being given the pain-killing gas, but he's very cold. Morphine can make patients feel sick, so the team are dispensing an anti-sickness drug.
All right, should we give him some Danzatron anyway then? I'll give him a couple of milligrams just to start with.
It's a remote area and a lengthy journey for road ambulances.
It's going to take us a bit of time just to get his pain under control and to get him out with mountain rescue, and then we could probably make a decision when we're at the bottom of the hill. With there being no DCAs allocated, I think it's preferable that we transport.
Mountain Rescue Specialist Stretcher will ease the half-mile journey to the helicopter over this very rough terrain.
Received, much appreciated.
And it could be a bumpy ride for Mick.
It's just said the pain's coming back a bit.
Do you know what I'd do? Before we move you on this stretcher, load up on this gas. Get well loaded up on it.
Mick's being immobilised to protect his spine.
The plan is that we will lift the gentleman up and we'll slide in the stretcher with the vacuum mattress on it underneath him, and then we'll be able to package him in the vacuum mattress and carry him out on the belt down to the waiting helicopter.
Prepare to lift and lift.
This is not how Mick imagined his retirement would begin.
It was really great that we were able to get the local mountain rescue team out. They've done an absolutely fantastic job. There's no way that myself and Andy would have been able to get Mick out. It was such a steep incline that, I fell over once, so it shows you how steep it was. They're really, really invaluable. They're all volunteers as well. So, absolute appreciation for those at the moment, and we worked as an absolute team.
Come that way a little bit, guys. Centre like that, so keep going to me. And stop there, do it like we're on. Are we straight?
It's really important, working with the local mountain rescue teams. They know this area really well. They know the best way to get this, patient out down to the aircraft and get him away up to hospital, which is what he needs.
From that, okay.
Mick's being flown to the regional trauma centre in Middlesbrough.
Engines both in flight.
They are, and they're guarded.
Confirm. Doors found in stretcher.
Closed and secure right. Closed and patient secure in rear.
Cautions are masked.
They are clear. Element 98 Alpha has just lifted from just underneath the top cliff stub, routing up to James Cook. We've got a southerly wind at the moment, so what I'll do is I'll do a fly past the hospital right-hand turn and come almost back down the main road to the pad. That's the clearest approach. There we go, that's us lined up on the pad now, towards the pad.
10 minutes after leaving the national park, pilot Harry is touching down at the James Cook Hospital helipad. Mick is heading straight for scans to his back. He could be months in recovery.
You just shot in the front of the back as well?
The man who was shot in South Yorkshire survived what police believe was a targeted attack. Firearms and other weapons were recovered during the investigation. Several people were arrested in connection with the shooting, but no one was charged. The victim did not engage with police and refused to give evidence.
Stationary motorbike being hit by this pickup.
The first realisation that I'd been hit was like this massive explosion of energy going through my body, through the helmet, and me being thrown through the air and all this debris being thrown through me. And that's what I remember.
The air ambulance team did all they could to save motorcyclist Andrew Simister's leg after he was hit by a pickup truck when he stopped in a lay-by.
There were doctors or consultants in front of me explaining really that my leg was very badly damaged, more than likely would have to be amputated, and I said, you know, you've got to try and do everything to save my leg. And I've got a scar that starts and goes all the way up my right leg, which is where they took a donor vein out, and they actually got blood supplied through to my foot, but the rest of my leg was too badly damaged.
He spent 19 days in hospital, undergoing 5 operations and 7 blood transfusions.
Having my helmet on, having my winter leathers with the body armour, back protector, elbows, shoulder pads, I think certainly saved me from any further injuries. Yes, I lost my leg, but I didn't have any other injuries.
The pickup driver was found guilty of driving without due care and attention. He was fined and received 6 points on his licence. Andrew's recovery is ongoing.
My wife, you know, she has been fundamental in my recovery, but the support from my friends, from the motorcycle club, has been incredible. And that's what's got me through, but also my own personal determination. I'm not going to be a victim. You know, dreadful things happen to me, but I'm not just going to sit in a wheelchair and vegetate for the rest of my life. I want to run. I've run marathons before. I want to do another one. And I've raised money this year through my motorbike club, which will go to Air Ambulance, because they helped save my life.
Motorcyclist into a window.
Hospital doctors placed 43-year-old biker Trevor Law into a medically induced coma after he came off his motorcycle and hit a window.
Seesawing breathing.
Seesaw and almost a bit of air hunger.
Scans found Trevor had broken his back and all his ribs on one side. He also broke his collarbone, shoulder blade, and punctured a lung. Trevor spent a month in hospital and is still undergoing physio.
Hello, sir. My name's Andy.
Scans in hospital confirmed mountain biker Mick Walsh broke his back when he fell off on a wooded trail in the North York moors.
And what about this? Can you feel your leg there?
Doctors advise the fractures should be allowed to heal naturally at home. After 6 weeks of rest, Mick was pain-free. He's now back on his bike.
Hello, Linda. Your husband was a little bit worried about how you were feeling.
Tests at the Royal Lancaster Infirmary confirmed 82-year-old Linda Howarth was having a devastating stroke.
Linda, can I hold your hand? Is that all right?
She stayed in hospital for 5 weeks, away from Harry, her husband of 61 years. The couple met as teenagers at their local Methodist church. Linda never came home after the stroke. She died shortly after being transferred to the hospital in their hometown of Settle in the Yorkshire Dales. She leaves 2 children and 2 grandchildren.